first, I want to thank you guys for participating in this, and the story that you shared over there is absolutely something that I hear all too often. And I frequently have my executives come to me trying to get to their next level. And so I've been doing this behind the scenes for about 15 years, and it's a no-fail process. And the reason why it's no-fail is because, you know, my approach works. And I've known it's worked, and I've tweaked it over the years because, as you guys are all aware, the job market absolutely has changed. The problem is that people don't know how to modify their behavior based on these changes because there's nobody modeling it for them. So what I'm hoping to show you today is a way that you can get in sync and be more aligned with your head, your heart, your body, everything, and get something that's resonating for you. And number one, we talked a little bit about the resumes, and Jeff, I believe you said yours was at a 7, maybe an 8, and you said maybe a 5. And for people who are not feeling very confident about what the resumes have got them, I would suggest it maybe a little bit lower than that. That might be an inflated number. Either way, I personally don't recommend my clients sending out their resumes if they don't feel that it represents them, number one, and number two, that it expresses who they are as a person, and number three, that they feel like it's an 8 or above on a scale of 1 to 10. And here's why. The energy in which you feel that your resume represents you absolutely 100% shows up when you interview. And so that's what we need to align you with. So that's, this piece of paper isn't really a piece of paper. It's actually something that is representing all of your experience. Right? Like this piece, it's representing all of your experience, and there's no way that could possibly be, right? It is just not really the truth. The truth of the matter is that the purpose of your resume is to get you in the door. And the first thing that you need to do in your resume is distinguish yourself from everybody else. So just out of curiosity, how is your resume formatted and set up?
Well, it shows a brief summary of things that I've done in the past, and then chronological order goes from the last place that I worked at, the last company, through about a 10-year span.
Perfect.
And then I have about, I'd say 3 or 4 references down at the very bottom, people that I've known for 10, 15, 20 years.
And how many pages?
Well, it's about a page and a half.
Page and a half.
It's front and back. I decided not to go with the 2-piece option there. So that's kind of what I have.
So to be fair to me, I have not seen your resume yet, but one thing that I can tell you right off the cuff is that the 10-year frame that you use to put your experience in is perfect. Very few organizations want to see what in education they call them VITAs, which is basically everything that you've ever done. And that's just not required for the average person, specifically for management. So Jeff, and yours, is your setup similar to Mike, or is it different?
Yeah, it's pretty similar. I think I have an objective, and then I have my work experience, but it covers more times, probably about 19 years in the same industry. Then I have some of my skills, some hobbies, some other things.
And one?
No, it's probably 2.5 pages.
2.5 pages, okay. And so here's the thing about resumes, in my personal opinion. If you are in executive management, maybe you would have a 2-page resume. But really what it's going to come down to is your bio and your summary. And those need to be really clear, crisp, and organized. The other thing is 2-page resumes are good if you have a robust amount of experience. If you don't, I would suggest getting yours down to a 1-page. But I would like to see your resume, and I'll give you some specific pointers. But I think as we move through this process, you're going to really find my approach feels better. And really, when you have been frustrated, irritated, and feel like your resume has gone to the abyss, how you feel about sending it out needs to change. Would you agree?
No, definitely. Yeah.
So I'm glad that you agree, because that's the process we're going to go through. We're going to get you to change. We're going to basically go through what I call re-engineering your frame of reference for your career. And Jeff, for the 2-page, I don't think there's any problems with a 2-page resume. How I do 2-page resumes, I'll show you later. It's different.
Okay.
Really what I want is the essence of who you are to be right on the first page. And I really want people to get a sense of who you are, because you're more than just the job that you had, are you not? Yes, you bringing a lot to the table, but that's what's going to distinguish you. So first off the bat, absolutely no chronological resumes. How shocking is that to you? Foreign, yeah. Last week alone, I put on a program that was this Careers in the New Paradigm program. And I took an old resume and a new resume. And the guy said, he thought he was a 9. He said, I don't know what you're going to do with my resume. My resume is really good. And I don't know what you're going to do. In fact, I heard from one of his coworkers saying, I don't know what the hell she thinks she's going to teach me. So I won't go into detail, but I can tell you he was humbled, because false confidence in your resume that doesn't really express who you are really means nothing in the job search. You have to be able to express who you are. And content is king. Yes. So we want it to be meaningful, not robust. Does that make sense?
A little more succinct.
Yes. Succinct is really resonating with who you are, because the outcome of your resume, the reason why I even focus on a resume with my clients who are looking to get promotions or a new job or go to a new level in the executive staff, is this: it brings them greater confidence. And when you've been frustrated and irritated and felt invisible to the world with your experience, you need confidence. And when you have greater confidence, you perform better. And you have a new velocity in which you can go forward in your job search. So that's what I'm hoping that you'll walk away with today. But all of that begins from one space, and that space is clarity.